This is the Bengals Pulse, the heartbeat of our victorious Cincinnati Bengals.
Can't miss player. I really do. A lot of people think I'm crazy. I think when he gets on the field, he's going to produce. He's going to produce at a high level.
They are almost unbeatable in December and January.
We're on another level. Thank you.
And I am going to become the first Bengals broadcaster to call a Super Bowl title. It's happening.
Yes.
It's happening this year.
In a row, Mon. 10 in a row. Hooray, Bengal fans. He is Mon, Eric. I am Jake. This is the Bengals Pulse, the heartbeat of our Cincinnati Bengals. Guys, the man, the myth, the legend is back. Starting Thursday, as he makes the announcement, starting Thursday against the Baltimore Ratbirds on Thanksgiving night. We have a lot to talk about. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Before we do, Mon, how you been doing, bud? You good?
Yeah, I'm really good. I'm excited. Two of my kids will be in town for Thanksgiving. I'm off
Nice.
for 5 days. I love it.
Nice.
No fire department until Sunday, and I'm excited about the game Thursday night. I know the season hasn't turned out the way we wanted it to, but having Joe Burrow back and playing the Ravens, and it's always exciting. I wish we had a better record, but if we could find a way to beat them on Thursday night, that would be that'd be one hell of a present for this 2025 season.
Absolutely. Eric, how you been doing, bud?
I am ready to get to Thanksgiving. I'm ready to get to watch some Bengals football on Thanksgiving. And that intro had me nervous. We got 10 in a row that you're high-fiving over. We're getting close to 10 losses in a row. We can't break that mark. But yeah, the big news is Joe Burrow's back, and you're gonna be in trouble.
Joe Burrow's back and you're gonna be in trouble. Joe Burrow.
Let's go, guys. Let's get
you know
to
what's
it.
funny about that? That song was Mon's senior prom song.
Oh, okay.
That's what's
Was it
funny
written?
about
Wait, was it written about Mon? Maybe.
Termination papers are going to be mailed to you. You're over budget. You can't afford this.
Listen, my Colts are going on fire since you traded me to the Colts. So the Colts Pulse is rocking. You know what? You traded me there. Mr. Irsay passed away. Now his daughter's on the sidelines. The world is not right since you sent me to the Colts Pulse. So I'm officially begging to be back on the Bengals Pulse payroll. I will I pay for all these AI videos out of my own pocket, so don't worry about it. But let's get to it. Joe Burrow's back, and you're going to be in trouble. Talk about it, guys. A month ahead of schedule. He said it in his press conference today that, yeah, they told me 3 months, and I said, you watch. And here I am. He's a month ahead of schedule. Should have played on Sunday. Ready to play on Thanksgiving. What do you think? Initial thoughts, Jake?
Yeah, I mean, I like what Joe said. They were asking him, is it his thought process on coming back and playing for a 3-8 team, and Joe being who he is, talked about he's a football player, and that's what he does. He's not going to play scared and worry about all those other things. As a fan, I was thinking about this on our way back home tonight before we got on air. I was kind of thinking, what am I going to say about this? Because I am kind of torn about Joe playing and Joe not playing. But, the Bengals are still in this thing. And, I know I sound ridiculous saying that, but they are. I mean, again, the Bengals have to win out. The Ravens will have to lose another one, including the 2 they lose to the Bengals. Steelers are going to have to lose 3, which, again, I think is very possible. The Steelers obviously just not looking like a very good football team right now. So is it possible? Yes, it is. And our only chance of making that possible is if Joe Burrow is playing. So I guess I am. I guess I'm good that he's playing. I'm just I'm going to be extremely nervous. On Thursday, not so much for the game, but for Joe's health. But I don't think we can knock Joe for playing. Obviously, Zach Taylor, his job's on the line, his ass is on the line, so he's going to do everything he can to get Joe to play. But Joe's a competitor, and he gives us our best chance to win. I hope he stays healthy. I hope he stays upright, and again, I hope we win the football game. But it's definitely going to be a little nerve-wracking, I think, for a lot of Bengaldom when Joe takes the field again, for sure.
Yeah, no, it's energizing. I mentioned it last week. I was hoping he would play against the Patriots. It does energize the season. I think not just the fan base, but that roster. Everybody in that locker room knows how good he is. They know he's a star of the team. They know he's a top 5 player in all of football. So I think they're all going to play a little harder. They're going to be more focused. And I think the team in general is going to play better because he's going to be playing. It's a positive. There's nothing negative about it. Just 1 week at a time. I'm looking for small victories. That's all I'm looking for. I'm looking for a victory at the end of the game Thursday night. I want them to beat the Ravens, but let's focus on one game at a time. I'm looking at individual improvement. And I mean, I've seen that with some players on defense the last few weeks. Let's continue that trend. And we're going to need some offensive players to step up. Higgins is out. I think Mitchell Tinsley deserves significant snaps. We need a running back because I think the only guy we got now is Chase Brown and Brightwell. Kendall Milton's probably going to get activated. Chase Brown's a great player. He had a great game last week. It's a shame that we didn't win, but he's tough. But he's 205 pounds, and giving him 25 carries a game, we're asking for trouble there. So we're gonna have to get some running backs in there to give him a break.
Let me ask you this, Mon. If the Bengals did not have a chance, right, to make the playoffs, would you want Joe Burrow to come back and play?
Absolutely. He's got to play. It's about I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago. He has a legacy. He's playing against – it's not just winning Bengal games. That's the most important thing. It's matching up against the Staffords. It's matching up against the Allens, the Mahomes, the Prescotts, the Jacksons, all these people. It's about stats. It's about pride. He's a competitor. And it's about springboarding and getting this team into a positive mindset in the offseason, a very positive mindset, because I don't think Zach's going anywhere. I don't think there's going to be massive changes to the coaching staff. But this team, whenever the season ends, hopefully it's a playoff. Hopefully they win 6 in a row. I would love to see it. 1 week at a time. I'm not going to jump that far ahead. I want them to feel like $1 million. Like, hey, man, we put it together. Yeah, we didn't make it, but we're a force to be reckoned with. I'm sorry. Last year was a little bit of fool's gold winning those 5 games. It was. We talked about that.
That's what I was going to ask.
Four of those 5 quarterbacks were, there were third-string quarterbacks, and our defense looked better against Will Levis and that Dorian Thompson from the Browns. We played him twice. That's a little bit of fool's gold, but we got 6 games against some really good teams. If we come out and if we upset the Ravens, we upset the Bills, we win some really tough games. Hey, man, this team, I talked about that stench in the locker room. That stench will dissipate if we start winning some of these games.
I just know that this happened to us last year, right? And I'm with you, Mon. I'm not disagreeing with you. I want to make sure you understand that. But we were drawn into this fool's gold, as you so eloquently put it. We were drawn into this from last year. The Bengals played well. They gave us that chance at the end. We played a meaningful game, although, the Kansas City Chiefs laid down that last week. And what changed, Mon? Nothing changed, I guess, is what my point is that I'm with you. I don't disagree with you. I want there to be positivity going in the offseason, but I also want Zach Taylor fired, and I want Al Golden gone, and I want Duke Tobin fired. And so when I say all that, I'm not rooting against the Bengals. Again, I made that very clear on the last show. Only one time in my 40 plus years have I rooted against them in 2019. I'm not rooting against them to lose. However, I think changes have to be made for this team to take a step forward from where they are right now. And I don't want to see any more fools gold. I don't want to see this team win 5 out of the last 6, go 8-9, miss the playoffs by 1 game, have a shitty draft pick, and we see a rewind of Zach Taylor and Al Golden and Duke Tobin and all the rest of the clowns that we have been watching here this year. I don't want to see that either. So I'm very torn, if that makes sense.
So let me just add on. This is the most Bengals thing, guys. It happens to us a lot. We're going to go out here and we're going to win a bunch of games. It has to start on Thursday. Yes, we lost on Sunday, but we're only 3 games out. And guess what? We're 3 games out to the Ravens. We play the Ravens twice in the next 2 weeks, the next 3 weeks. We win both those games. We're right back in it. I'm not going to root for us to go out and get a top 5 pick so that Zach Taylor can be gone. I think that conversation and those worries, we need to delay that for another week because yes, we're sitting here at 3-8. It's a shitty record, but we're only 3 games out with a lot of AFC North football left to play. We have to go out and we have to win this game. If we lose this game, we can have that conversation. And that's where you don't want to see the bounce where we lose this game and then Zach Taylor wins the next 5 and saves his job. I
There's
want
a
to see them go on a 6-game win streak. That's what we have to root for because that's the only shot in hell we have of getting into the playoffs. Go ahead, Mom.
there's a
Agreed.
difference. There's a difference compared to last year. The Bengals are in a rebuild mode. They're in a youth movement mode. They weren't in that last year. All right, if they go on a nice run and we fall, short, which I don't expect us to make the playoffs. I hope I'm wrong. I need to see success. I need to see more from Miles Murphy. He's played his best 3 games as a Bengal the last 3 weeks. Barrett Carter had 16 tackles last week. I need to see more from Knight. I need to see more from Cedric Johnson. I need to see more from DJ Ivy. These guys, it's a total youth movement. They're totally in. Even our guards are part of the youth movement right now. They have got to experience success. They've got to experience winning. They've got to experience individual success, not just a scoreboard, because those guys are going to be core parts of the Bengals next year. They are going to be. The Bengals will add some players. I think they learned a valuable lesson this year. I think they're going to be more aggressive going into this next offseason. But the guys I just mentioned, they are going to be part of the core rebuild. And guys, Golden and Zach Taylor are going to be back. And I need individual success. I need continuation. McKinley Jackson, this is what gets me mad about Zach Taylor. McKinley Jackson, if you rewatch the game, played a hell of a game in the second half last week. And he was inactive the first 5 games because he's in somebody's doghouse. You got to put talent on the field. Jermaine Burton, okay, he's late. I don't know what's going on. If it's that bad, cut him. But the Bengals need wide receivers. We need speed at that spot. Yes, Chuck Sizzle is fast. He doesn't have 1 catch this year. No catches as a wide receiver. I don't care how fast you are. You haven't caught the ball once.
Yeah.
Neither has Burton. But, we need talent out there, especially with Higgins. Higgins' concussion he was unconscious. All right. He's definitely not playing this week. I hope he comes back the week after. But put him out there. We need individual success from some of these young guys because they're going to play a big part next year.
We have a separate couple super chats here we'll get to before we get into some of the matchups and the keys to this game. Both from Nandan Music. Shout out to Nandan. Thanks for the super chat. Since we're talking about it, it's a long shot. I'm over here saying it could still happen. How would you guys react if the Bengals won the Super Bowl this year? Are we even talking about that yet?
I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know what I would do. I mean, listen, it would be the most Bengal thing to do is to reel off. What would that have to be? 7, 8, 9, 10. Would that be 11 straight?
Yeah.
to win 11 straight games. That would be the most Bengal thing to do. I Nandan, I appreciate the super chat. I don't even know how to answer that because I probably would just I would cry. Obviously, there'd be a lot of tears, but
Tears of joy or tears that Zach Taylor is going to be there for the next 10 years?
Listen, I'll say this. I want Zach Taylor gone, but if they come back and win the Super Bowl this year, I'm good with Zach Taylor.
Will you get an I Heart Zach tattoo? Put it out there now.
I don't know if I get an I Heart Zach, but I would.
Zach Taylor's face right on your cheek.
I would definitely get. I've been waiting for a very long time to get a Super Bowl tattoo. I thought I was going to be getting one when we walked out of L.A. Those years ago, but I have been waiting to get a Super Bowl tattoo, a Super Bowl winning tattoo. So I definitely will get that for sure. There will be a Super Bowl winning tattoo. But I don't know. I don't know what I would do. Mon, what would you do? Mon, they would have to up Mon's medication for sure.
He would get his mustache tattooed onto him.
I would tell you something right now. If the Bengals reel off 6 in a row and somehow win a Super Bowl, I will go to my local Target and walk every aisle until I
in your what?
Underwear.
You cut out there.
In my underwear. I will walk every aisle in my underwear at local Target.
You can't do that again. They kicked you out already.
And just so everybody knows, he wears whitey tighties.
I don't know how Jake knows. Moving on to the next super chat.
I've seen his laundry.
Brucey B is going to send me pleated Dockers. I'll wear those my shirt off at that Target.
We're gonna get Dockers for you, but they're gonna be like cutoffs and they're gonna be like too short. So Mon's gonna be wearing the Daisy Dukes. Another one from Nandan. I'm gonna go to Mon for this. We've been screaming this.
Sorry, I changed it. I'm sorry. I was gonna make a comment about this. I was gonna make a comment. A high school.
We'll come back to you.
They are in the semifinals this week. I forget who they're playing. They're playing a team. They're going to be state champs in West Virginia. And when that happens, we'll be so happy. Princeton Tigers, guys, root for them. State champs, AAA. Okay, next, go.
All right, Mon, comment on that. We've been screaming this for years, but Nandan also says they need new interior defensive line next year, which will help a lot. We've been screaming for years. They keep swinging and missing on interior defensive line. And they haven't drafted a defensive lineman, since Justin Smith? Like a true defensive tackle type strong player. What are your thoughts on this, Mon?
Yeah, I think we have really struggled. I think the 1 year Larry Ogunjobi was here, he had 7.5 sacks, and BJ Hill had 7, so they combined for almost 15 sacks. BJ Hill has been a solid player, but he hasn't been the same player. You know why? Because Larry O was technically the starter, and it was like a 48-52 type of split. And they both kept each other fresh, and they would come in, and there wasn't really a big drop-off. I think B.J. Hill's a better player when he platoons, and he's sort of a bell cow now because they just don't have anybody. Chris Jenkins hasn't really developed. Yeah, I mean, with DJ Reader gone, TJ Slayton is a fine player, but he's not DJ Reader. And, the Bengals' heyday was the middle of that defense. Reader, Ogunjobi, Pratt, Wilson, Bates, and Bell. I mean, guys, that was solid stuff right there up the middle of that defense. That's why we were so dominant those 2 years. I mean, that was some good football. And definitely defensive lineman. And if we finish in the top 10, which I hope we don't, there's going to be some good defensive tackles available in this draft.
It does scare me. I'll say this. It does scare me again. I think I talked about this on the show a couple weeks back. I listed all the defensive linemen, defensive players in general, but defensive lineman wise, I mean, obviously, you had. I'm just talking about first round guys. I'm not talking about Geno Atkins or Carlos Dunlap. First round guys. We have not hit on one since Justin Smith. That's in the first round, I'm talking. Every defensive lineman since Justin Smith that we have drafted in the first round has been an absolute bust. And Shamar Stewart is right there in the mix as far as the bust goes. So, yes, we need interior defensive linemen, but we need edge rushers, guys. I mean, we have 15 sacks this year. So, yes, we need
But
interior defensive linemen, but we have no edge guys at
But
all.
we've proven that we can't draft edge rushers. So you need to just punt on it. Start trading these picks for edge rushers. Our best edge rusher is Trey Hendrickson, who's a free agent. We
Yeah.
whiffed on Miles Murphy. We whiffed on Joseph Asai. We whiffed on Shamar Stewart.
Yeah.
At some point, well, we're whiffing on Shamar Stewart. We've got 1.5 strikes in this ball game so far.
Can I,
I
can
think
I
I
just
just
say, I just want to say something about Murphy, Stewart, and all these guys. Yes, it hasn't worked out like we wanted it to. The first year of Shamar Stewart, really big disappointment. A lot of these young guys, it hasn't panned out. But I just want everybody to understand this. As an organization, we want this team to win so bad. We need that light bulb to come on for all of them. Because if it doesn't, we're going to have this conversation for years until 2027, 2028.
Yeah.
They have got to produce, and that's what we need to wish for. And I know we
yeah.
do. I know we do. I know
Well,
we're
We
talking.
do, but it's like when you've got one of those glow sticks you get for the kids at Halloween, and no matter how much you shake it, it's not lighting up. I mean, we've been shaking these damn glow sticks for 3 years. At a certain point, you just got to say the guy doesn't have it. I'm sorry. The
well, I think,
Bengals have proven they can't develop these talents, and two, they've proven that they can't let go of them when they don't develop them. So we're just in this bad situation. Yeah, we're going to sit here and we're going to wish for them to succeed every week. The light bulb's not coming on. At some point, you got to say these bulbs are burnt out. I'm not going to say it this season because we need it. But at the end of this year, if we get to the end of this season and we don't have multiple sacks from these guys, move on.
well, I think
Just move
too.
on.
I think something that the Bengals do that just drives me nuts, and the reason why I want Duke Tobin gone is because they look at these measurables, right? They look at the athleticism and the arm reach and all these other things and blah 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 blah. Their verticals and blah blah. Their 40s, but you have to look at production. And again, we don't draft productive players. We just don't. We draft the guys that look sexy at the combine, that ooh and awe everybody when they go through all the drills, but we don't draft guys that produce. And that is a problem. It is a problem because that production just doesn't happen like that in the NFL, right? You're going to a whole different level of football, a different speed of football. Shamar Stewart did not produce in college. We are nuts if we are going to sit around here and wait for 3 years for this guy to start producing in the NFL. It's just not going to happen. I'm not trying to be negative. I hope it does because, like Mon said, if it doesn't, we're going to be right back in a 2015 situation with the offensive line. Only now it's going to be with the defensive line. We're going to be set back for years, and it's going to be this shitty defense that we saw the last 2 years for the next 3 years. So I don't want it to happen, but for the Bengals to just sit around and think that these young guys are just the light bulbs are going to come on and they're going to start getting double-digit sacks it's just ludicrous. So hopefully, I'm with you, Eric. Hopefully the Bengals realize we suck at drafting, we suck at developing. Let's go out and sign a couple edge rushers in free agency like we hit with Trey Hendrickson, like we hit, again, not edge guy, but like we hit with DJ Reader, like we hit with Larry Ogunjobi, like we hit with BJ Hill. Those are guys that we didn't draft and develop. Those are the guys that we got in free agency or by trade. The Bengals have to go that route because they are just so shitty at drafting and developing defensive linemen. Facts are facts. The numbers don't lie. We suck at it.
But Jake, I don't disagree with you. Well, the numbers are the numbers. I mean,
Yeah.
any Bengal fan knows that. But
Yeah.
that's not fixing anything. They have to fix the reason they can't draft
Yeah.
and they can't develop.
I
That's what
agree
they
with
have to
that.
fix because
I
they don't have. There's not really high quality free agents next year. Um, there isn't. It's not going to be a great free agent. There's going to be about 10 guys and 32 teams going to dump a lot of money for 10 guys that are above average. Okay. And the Bengals need to do more, though. Last night, I'm watching these 10, 11-year vet defensive tackles that are playing at a high level. You know, the Bengals don't even look at them because they're 10, 11-year vets. These rookie players, you mentioned it a few weeks ago, they need mentors. They need gristled veterans that they can talk to, have dinner with, and explain to them what the NFL is about. Barrett Carter's not a bad athlete. He's a great athlete. Demarius Knight's a good athlete, but you know who's mentoring them? Pratt's gone. Logan Wilson's gone. Yeah, Orrin Burke wasn't even on the team last year. Who was mentoring them in that linebacker room?
Yeah, the Bengals traded him away.
Yeah.
The Bengals traded him away. I mean, I don't disagree with you. The Bengals traded him away. It's a clown show. I mean, this team, and again, Mon, you asked me. You're. I don't know if you're asking me or
I'll be right back. I'll be right back, fellas.
Okay. I don't know if Mon's asking me or if he's stating it, Eric. But how do you fix that? You fix that by firing Duke Tobin, right? The guy who has led the way in drafting these shitty defensive players. You fire him. I mean, again, I don't want to keep saying it because I sound like a broken record, but somebody has got to be held accountable for the shit show that we have watched the last 2 years on defense. Somebody's got to be held accountable. Zach Taylor, Al Golden, Duke Tobin, I don't care. Somebody has got to be fired and held accountable for this horse shit. Another wasted season of having this elite quarterback, an elite wide receiver, an elite edge rusher. And, you know, we've given up 6 games this year, Eric. We've given up 30-plus points. That is the most in the NFL. 6 games this year. How many games have we played, Eric? 11? Over half of the games that we have played, we've given up 30-plus points.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah, you can't have it both ways. You can't say that the defense is underperforming and say that they're not talented enough and we need more talent without saying that Duke Tobin needs to be to be gone. He's proven time to time. Did he have success drafting defense before? I don't know. Maybe that was all Marvin. I mean, we had some good draft picks back when Marvin was here and influencing it. But now that it's Duke and his coaching staff, they don't mesh well. Another super chat from Nandan. Nandan points out they can easily draft great if they want to. They choose not to do it the way we want them to because they think they're smarter than fans. This is absolutely right. If they just went with the big board from ESPN, we would have at least 4 or 5 Pro Bowlers. We'd have a couple superstars. Our defense would look a lot better. Our offensive line would look a lot better. But they choose to think that we are the smartest people in the room. And why? Why do that when you're drafting? You have these guys on 4 and 5 year deals that are locked in. You don't have to outsmart the world with a free agent contract. You just have to draft them, make them play out their contract, make them play out what they're owed under the rookie deals. If you can't re-sign them in 4 years, so be it. But don't draft guys based on the fact that you might not be able to sign them in 4 years. And I think that they do that. And it is a disgrace because they need to just throw it away. Go with Vaughn's big board. Go with the Dane Brugler's book out there. Go chalk. Go chalk, and you're not going to get this wrong as much. We got to get moving on here. We're 30 minutes already into this. We need to talk about some matchups and the games and get some predictions. I want to start with the big one that everybody's going to be looking at. Obviously, T. Higgins is out with concussion, so we're looking at another game where we don't have one of our two big, our two-headed monster. We only have one of them. We only have Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase did put out as soon as he could. He put out a statement apologizing to Bengals Nation, apologizing to Steelers. I mean, he's ready to play. He's fired up. We know he's been a Ravens killer. Him and AJ Green, I swear, are probably on the Ravens most wanted because they go out there and torch them every time. To me, that's the biggest matchup of this game. So I want to get you guys' thoughts. Is this a Jamar Chase 150, 200 yard, 20 type reception game, or do they have any chance in the world of slowing him down? Mon's back from his sabbatical, so let's go with Mon first.
The Baltimore Ravens are going to do everything in their power to make sure Jamar Chase doesn't beat them. It's a lot easier with T. Higgins being out. They're going to double, triple team him. So Mitchell Tinsley, Yoshi Voss, Chase Brown, Noah Fant. Somebody else has to step up and make plays. Somebody has to step up and be a star. Right? Jermaine Burton's probably going to be inactive again. They are going to make sure Jamar Chase does not affect this game. I hope they're not successful. I hope they're not. But we need a really big game from Yoshi Voss, Noah Fant, Chase Brown, Tinsley. Somebody's got to make some big plays. Because if they do early, guess what? They might not double or triple team Jamar as much. Jake, my son Jake's coming in. I'm sorry, I heard my wife say that. He's driving in from Tallahassee. He's here. Zach Taylor, buddy, this is primetime Thanksgiving night, best coaching game of the season. It has to be. It has to be your best coaching game of the season because you got to do something to make this offense explosive because they haven't been explosive since the bye week. And with Joe Burrow coming back, hopefully that gives them a spark.
I like Gesicki. I'm going to be honest with you. I like Gesicki, and I like Tinsley. I said it last week before the game. Mitch Tinsley's got to be he's got to have a part in this, especially with T. Higgins out this week. But I really like Gesicki. I think Gesicki looked good last week in his first game back. I like that matchup. I like Gesicki, and I like Tinsley. I think those are guys that you have to feed the ball to and feed them early. At the same time, the Bengals have ran the ball well this year. They really have. Chase Brown is quietly having a terrific season. I think that there's got to be some of that as well. And I think Joe Burrow under center, I think we need to see this offense with Joe Burrow running it with some play action and putting him under center a little bit. But I like this Bengals offense against the Ravens defense matchup. I think I said this last week. I like the Bengals offense against anyone in this league. I love that matchup. I liked it with Joe Flacco. I like it better with Joe Burrow. I like it better with Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins. But I like it better with those guys. However, again, I think Eric, this once again comes down to this defense and being able to slow down Lamar Jackson. This Ravens offense has looked like shit. They have not played well at all, especially all season really. But even when Lamar's come back, they look like shit. So this Bengals defense cannot let Lamar Jackson have another legacy game. They have got to slow him down. They got to get him off the field and let Joe Burrow do his thing. If they do that, the Bengals have a chance. But this Bengals offense to me is a great matchup against anybody, any week. It's just this Bengals defense, and if they can slow down Lamar Jackson and the Ravens offense.
Yeah, so let's switch sides. We'll come back to Burrow, but let's switch sides to the Bengals defense. I think that there are two key matchups here. Well, there's kind of two or three things that we got to contain, but the biggest thing is being able to contain the tight ends. We've seen time and time again that we get the quarterback under a little bit of pressure, get him rolling out, and he dumps it off to a tight end who then gets another 15 yards after the catch. Can the Bengals do anything this week to stop those tight ends? Because if I'm an offensive coordinator on the other side, I'm telling my quarterback, find the tight ends, go chew them up. Can the Bengals do anything on this short week to change their scheme and contain those guys? Mon?
I hope so. It's been ugly. Pat Fryermuth, you name every tight end in football is at career day against the Bengals. Maybe DJ
Loveland.
Ivy. Yeah,
Loveland.
DJ Ivy can come in and play. We're a little limited at linebacker right now. I think the key is this. We're so worried about containing and all this. I think I was saying this the other day. We need to blitz more. We need to create more pressure. Okay, we're not blitzing a lot and we're still giving up explosive plays. Screw it, man. Blitz.
Yeah.
If we give up an explosive play, we give up an explosive play. But guess what? We might get an explosive play on our side. Barrett Carter is very athletic. He's fast. Do it. Let's see what happens. Last week, you have to admit this. I know we didn't win, but that was the best tackling game I've seen from the Bengals in 2 years. I mean, I was talking about small victories. I mean, I'm praising that they tackled well, and this is fundamental football 101, but I'm happy about it. I want to continue seeing that. And the Ravens, this isn't the 2024 Ravens. They're not exactly setting the world on fire. So I don't know. We'll see. They're going to try to run the ball with Henry. The Patriots are a good rushing team, and the Bengals played really well against the run last week. So hope that continues. We'll see, man. This is Joe Burrow coming back, like I mentioned earlier in this show. Everybody is going to play harder. They're going to be more focused. They're going to give more effort just because he's on the field, and that includes the defensive players.
So go to
matchup. Let me say something real quick about the tight ends. Our matchup, we have gotten our asses handed to us when it comes to opposing teams' tight ends, right? Loveland beat us. Pat Fryermuth should have beat us if it wasn't for a great drive by Joe Flacco. Last week, Hunter Henry beat us. We have literally been beaten by teams' tight ends. We have probably lost 4 or 5 games this year because of a team's tight end. And these 2 Baltimore Ravens tight ends are probably 2 of the best in the league. So, again, you talked about it, Mon. Our linebackers, they can't cover anybody. But they're going to have to find a way. And, again, we were told from the beginning that Al Golden was going to blitz. That's why we went out and got Barrett Carter, and that's why we got Demetrius Knight, because they were good blitzing linebackers. He was going to create pressure with those guys. He hasn't done any of that shit. They have to do it this week because at this point, you have nothing else to lose, right? You got to bring pressure. You cannot let Lamar Jackson sit back there and run around and do his backyard football thing. They have got to create pressure. If Trey Hendrickson's not playing, they've got to find a way to bring that pressure in other ways. They haven't done it since Trey's been hurt. Hopefully they do it this week. We have 15 sacks, I think, this year. 15, right?
I feel like it's been 15 games since we've had a sack. It feels like it's been forever.
In 11 games, guys. I'm not a math guy, but I know that's less than 2 a game. So pathetic.
Understatement of the year. Jake is not a math guy.
That's
All right,
pathetic.
we are almost 40 minutes in, so let's get to Jake's favorite part of every week. The favorite part of every week used to be the Bengals' victory, so we need to get back to that. In the meantime, we have this.
AFC North predictions.
I don't know. I like the Burrow is back, and there's going to be trouble. Hey, now, Burrow is back.
I got lyrics for the whole song. I just gotta. That was actually my. Yeah.
Listen,
well, yeah. I think he was in one of the groups back then.
When you're senior in high school, that senior prom song, it sticks in your head. So I know Mon knows the words to that song. He's got to.
No comment.
Listen, I mean, we could make fun of Jake too, but let's get to AFC North predictions.
What was your prom song, Mom? I'll tell you mine. I swear to you, I'll tell you.
You think what Jake's was 16
Say something
candles.
out here, guys. Let me tell you, I didn't go to prom. You know why? Because I was a rock and roller. I had parties. We were in Daytona. We had a hotel room. We had a keg of beer, and we had a party in Daytona. We actually got evicted from that. But you know what? That was a fun night, and it's not the right platform to talk about that. With the prom, after prom,
Your kids are watching the show, Mon. Are you talking about underage drinking? What the hell?
These things
You
happen.
were a 21-year-old senior. That's right. We were burying the lead here. Jake, you wanted to tell everybody what your prom song was. Go ahead.
No, I didn't. I didn't want to.
Yeah, you did. You did. You absolutely did. Go for it. 16
It was
candles.
no. It was not 16 Candles. It was Snoop Dogg. It was Snoop Dogg. I swear to God. It was
I
What
named-
song of Snoop Dogg's?
Gin and Juice. I think it was Gin and Juice.
Oh, and guess what? Guess who's getting an AI mock workup next week? Stay tuned.
We named Heather, my wife, and myself. We named our son Jake after Jake Ryan.
Yes,
That's his
you
name,
did.
Jake Ryan Abelhassan from 16 Candles.
Yes, you
All
did.
right. I thought you were going to say you named him Gin and Juice.
Earth
And you
Angel,
had to
come on,
change it.
Cornell. That's a
Hey,
come on.
put Cornell's on there. Cornell,
Huh?
that is fantastic.
Earth
Cornell.
Angel. Okay. That was my next
Hey,
one.
Going Back to the Future. A great
Hey.
callback by Cornell.
I don't know what my senior prom song was. I don't know.
I don't think anybody's supposed to know.
Earth Angel. That's so great, Cornell.
Beach Boys, Barbara Ann. Come on, who put the Beach Boys up here? You guys are mean.
Hey, listen,
That was actually originally like Barbara Mon, but they
listen.
had
While
to
Mon was
rename it.
dancing at his prom,
He was disappearing.
Michael
His
J.
hand.
Fox was playing on stage, disappearing.
Johnny Be Good. Yeah, that's it. He really was playing Johnny Be Good. All right, hold on. Let's try this all over again.
AFC North predictions.
All right, guys, we got games all over the place this week. Let's gonna get out of the prom talk. Let's get to the AFC North predictions. Some doozies out there. Let's
Nice
start
one,
with
Jennifer Jones. Nice one, Jennifer. Thank you. I like it.
let's start with Shador Sanders becoming one of the first Browns player to win his first start as a rookie. Goes up against the 49ers this week. What are you guys thinking about the 49ers traveling to Cleveland to take on the future Hall of Famer Shador Sanders?
Do you want to go first, Mon or I?
Go ahead, Jake.
All right. Well, again, I know I said I will never pick a game that Dylan Gabriel is starting. I will also never pick a game where Shador Sanders is starting. There's no way in hell the Browns win this game. Shador Sanders is going to be put back in his place very quickly. He is just, I mean, I don't even know what to say. His remarks after that game were absolutely the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm going to say the 49ers win by I'll say 3 touchdowns.
By default?
Yeah. I'm going to say 49ers 35, Browns 10. 35-10, 49ers.
At Cleveland. I think the game is going to be very close. I think it's going to be very close. I think 49ers will win the game. It's going to be like 24-17. The Browns defense is real. One player has more sacks than we do. They are if our defense was as half as good as the Browns, we'd have 5 more wins potentially. Sanders, it is what it is. They have a carousel of quarterbacks. I still don't know what he is, but with that defense, he's always going to have a shot. But I think the 49ers are just a better team. It's going to be a struggle. They win 24-17.
I'm going to go. I don't predict games, but I think the Browns win this somehow. I've watched enough 49ers football this year. I'm not sold on it. So I think the Browns defense wins this game. And I think McCaffrey comes out of it with a hurt ankle. He's on one of my fantasy teams. I don't want to root for that, but I just have a feeling that's going to happen. Could be wrong, but I did call that Shador Sanders walking into that game and almost pulling it out a few weeks ago. So you never know.
Yeah.
Buffalo Bills travel to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Is this another Mason Rudolph game, I believe? Josh Allen coming off a stinker on Thursday Night Football. Who you guys got? But the Buffaloes at the Steelers.
I It's not going to be an easy game for Buffalo. Buffalo should win. I think they're the better team. I want them to win for the Bengals' sake. I call me crazy, but I think the Steelers are a better team with Rudolph in right now. I really do. He's a journeyman, but I don't know. I think they're more formidable with him. But Buffalo's going to win this game. They're not going to play 2 games in a row like they did. I mean, they really struggled. Buffalo's going to win this game 31-21.
It is getting to be Rudolph's time of year. I mean, Christmas is right around the corner. Jake, does Rudolph shine against the Steelers?
No, he does not.
Okay.
No,
Against
he
the
does
Bills?
not. This Steelers team, I said it earlier, is it's surprising 6-5 team. They're just not very good at football. Buffalo Bills have struggled, but this Steelers defense, I mean, you talk about the Bengals defense being dog shit. The Steelers are right there with them. I think Buffalo gets back on track this week. I think this is one of those 3 games that we need the Steelers to lose. I think this is going to be one of them. I think Buffalo wins this game 38-17. 38-17 Buffaloes.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't think the Steelers are gonna. I think this is gonna be another 8-9 type season for them. They start off good, but it's the Steelers. We unfortunately we watch so many of their games. It never feels like they're dominating anything, no matter how much we root against them. Let's get to the one that we're all here for. The one will be on our third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh serving of pumpkin pie. The Bengals travel to Baltimore. Joe Burrow is ready to exact his revenge. I want to get you guys' thoughts on, we didn't talk about this before, but give us your thoughts on what kind of performance we can see from Joe Burrow. Been a while since he's been out there playing. The first 2 games that he did play wasn't lights out. So talk to me about how well Burrow's going to perform. Give us your thoughts on the game and predictions. Let's go to Mon first.
I think Baltimore is going to obviously do everything in their power to make him uncomfortable. They're going to send a lot of blitzes his way, a lot of pressure. They want to test that mobility of his with that toe. Bengals got to protect him. And I think the only way they're going to do this is if they run the ball, like Jake said. It's all about protection, and it's all about somebody stepping up, because I think the Ravens are going to do everything to try to eliminate Jamar Chase. I'm going to give you a hot take here. I think the Bengals defense comes up with 4 quarterback sacks. I really think that happens.
Ooh.
I think the Bengals get 160 yards on the ground running. Team effort. I really do. I think the Bengals are going to win. I really do. I like this. Something about it. This is a game they weren't supposed to win. I had it as a loss. But this is something that's going to happen. I think the team is going to be energized. There's going to be players playing lights out. Joe Burrow's a shot of energy to this franchise right now. And I think the defense is going to play a key part of it. Cincinnati wins this game 31-27.
Can you give us how many, before you go to Jake, what's your prediction on Burrow's stat line? How many yards does Burrow throw for?
Me or Jake?
Come on. You,
Oh, okay.
before we go to Jake.
I think, probably get 250. I say 2 touchdowns.
Okay. All right, Jake, give us your thoughts, prediction.
I mean, Mon throwing out the 4 sacks. I don't know what he's drinking in that. It must be.
Well, I don't
green
have the
tea.
card. I gotta get the Celestial Tea commercial up. Talk
Yeah.
about the game while I get that for everybody.
I mean, if the Bengals have 4 sacks, I will. I don't even know what I'll do. I'll have a second helping of stuffing, but I do agree with Mon. I think Joe Burrow comes out and he lights it up. I think this is going to be one of those games where Joe Burrow throws for 300 yards. I think he'll have a couple touchdowns. I think he's gonna do his thing. I think he's gonna come out and play well. I think he's playing with kind of a chip on his shoulder right now. There's no doubt about it. And I do agree with Mon. I think the Ravens are going to throw the kitchen sink at him, but I like Joe Burrow in this game, and I think Joe Burrow does give this team a little bit of a jolt. I do think it's close. I think it comes down to a Evan McPherson field goal. And I'm going to say The Bengals win 27-24. Joe Burrow throws for 300. But I'm going to say this. I think Chase Brown rushes for 100 yards again. I think he rushes for 100 yards again. I think the Bengals run the ball well, and I think Chase Brown has another big game. I really do. Bengals win 27-24, and we are all celebrating on that tryptophan high.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be rough. We're going to be live after the game. That's going to be about 11:30 into 12. We're going to be on tryptophan, probably some shots of Fireball, and not to mention Mon's favorite new
You need to
sponsor.
relax after a long day? Grab some Celestial Sleepy Time tea.
Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff right there.
Nothing better before bed.
You do not drink your sleepy time tea on Thursday, Mon. You cannot drink it. No matter how much the sponsor tries to pay you, you
Oh,
do not
God.
drink the sleepy time tea.
Yeah, that sponsor needs to cough up some jack because we haven't seen a nickel from him.
Hey,
Well,
hey,
if you wouldn't negotiate getting paid in tea, then we'd be fine.
Hey, let me say this real quick because Jennifer said it, and I meant to say this earlier, and I totally forgot. Jennifer, thank you so much. Samaje Perine being back on Thursday is big for this offense, guys. He has played well this year. He has been one of the bright spots on this offense that has done well. I love Samaje Perine back. And again, I said Chase Brown gets 100. I think Samaje runs for about 30 or 42. I think the Bengals run the football well in this game, and I think the Bengals offense goes crazy. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe that's just the early tryptophan talking, but I feel good
You
about
taking
it.
tryptophan already?
Yeah, I had some turkey for lunch.
I'm not going to make anything out. I'm not going to make an outrageous prediction here. If we win Thursday night, we're going on a run. All right, we're going on a run. It's happening. Trust me.
When we win Thursday, there's no way we're losing Thursday night,
If
guys.
this team beats the Ravens in Baltimore on Thanksgiving night, everybody's going to be dialed in. I don't know if it's enough to get us where we want to be, but we're going to go on a run.
Yep. Well, I'm a little jaded, but it's the most Bengal thing ever. We're going to go on a run. And I hope that run leads us to the playoffs. But we are absolutely going on a run. We're going to have some awesome post-game shows. We're going to be super stoked. There's going to be high fives will be had. We're going to be excited. Our holidays are going to be filled with hope. And, as Jake says, rebellions are built on hope. The problem is the Bengals
Hey,
the
Jake's
Bengals
home.
plan
Hey,
is hope.
Jake's
Jake,
home.
Hey, the
what's
Jake
up,
that we
buddy?
actually like.
Who day? Wait,
No,
what?
I'm also. I mean, I heard you guys talking about us winning. I hope we win, but I'm also like that might get Zach keep his job. I don't want that to happen.
Jake's going to Switzerland. And he's going to wear Bengal gear.
Not true.
That's true.
Oh, now we're gonna AI that for him too. I'll take care of it. Mom.
He is though. It's actually Jake's going on. Jake, what is that called? Like a spirit? What are
Jake.
you doing? Like a
He's asking you about your trip to Switzerland.
what is that?
Yeah.
Like a spirit trip, right? Like to find
Are we
your
live still?
Yes.
Oh, that's funny.
what are you doing? You're trying to find your inner being or something? What are you?
Yeah,
what are
It's
you
a
doing?
darkest retreat.
I have a backpack going around.
I have a backpack.
If the Bengals had a winning record, I'd have no reason to do this.
Jake
See what the
is
Bengals
gonna.
did?
There's more
Wait.
life to football. I have to figure it out.
Zach Taylor. I called him Zach Brown. Zach Taylor, Al Golden. My kid's going to where you going?
I'm soul searching because of you.
Yeah.
We all are.
Well, it's
He's going on a
Switzerland.
darknest
Leave the
retreat.
country.
If the Bengals go on a run, Jake Ryan, you got to stay. You can't
It's true.
you
I
won't
might
even
have
know,
to-
but you got to stay in the mountains.
I got a
Yeah,
feeling
but-
Jake's going to be running into Aaron Rodgers somewhere along that trip. Somewhere.
Do they have Sherpas in Switzerland? I don't know.
Is that the people that
That's
help
like
you?
that's the
Yeah, I know.
walk-
I know. We saw that on the one show on Brian Gumbel show. Okay, back to our show.
I don't know if they have Sherpas. They're probably out there singing Earth Angel and escorting Mon around. So, you guys got any closing?
What was my song from high school? Like, what was the class song?
Do 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 do. I think it was
Next week's show, we'll talk about it.
Chattanooga Choo Choo Train. That looks like a good hit from the 40s. Boogie Woogie Boog. Yeah.
Oh
All
man,
right. All right. Let's get out of here.
Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
yeah. End of the world as we know about REM. All right.
Oh, there we go. You guys got any final thoughts before we get out of here?
No, I do think Joe Burrow shows up, and I think when the game is over, everybody's going to be talking about Joe Burrow again. And I think that is the fire that Joe Burrow looks for, right? That's the thing that kind of ignites him. I think Joe Burrow wants people talking about him again. And I think they will. I think they will be talking about Joe after the game.
I got to say something. There's some chatter in here. The Ravens fans or some Raiders. I appreciate you watching the show, Leo's dad. Thank you for coming in. Lamar Jackson is a first ballot Hall of Famer. He really is. It's no BS from me. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's the greatest regular season quarterback, one of the top 5 of all time. Regular season. Leo's dad, come back to the show and let us know when he starts having some success in the playoffs. What has he done in the playoffs? Absolutely nothing. You can say what you want about Joe Burrow and that 1-8 record against the Ravens. Joe Burrow has been to a championship game. He's won one. He's been to a Super Bowl. All right. Enjoy that record against Joe Burrow. At least our quarterback gets us to the dance when he's in there.
Ooh.
Shots fired. Shots fired. I was going to go and end on a happy note with Mr. Sandman being your prom song here from Cornell.
1-8. Lamar Jackson is the biggest choke job on planet Earth in the playoffs.
Yeah, he's
going to be in the Hall of Fame. He's a Hall of Famer. He really is. He's done nothing in the playoffs. What did Zim say? Remember he went on that rant in Spaces a couple years ago? They had the number 1 ranked defense in football. 7 All-Pros, not Pro Bowlers, 7 All-Pros. All the quarterbacks in the AFC North were hurt. Guess what? They get beat in the playoffs. Burrow was out. The Browns had to start 3 quarterbacks. The Steelers had to start 3 quarterbacks. The Ravens had the number 1 seed. And they choked. Hey, man, thanks for coming on and interacting with us, though.
Thanks for coming on, and hopefully we can take a victory lap on Thursday. All right, guys, it's an hour. We want to appreciate everybody that came on tonight. We will be here, tryptophan or not. We will be here no matter what happens in the game. We'll be here at 11:35 to talk about it. I'm predicting the game ends at 11:35. I could be wrong. We'll be here for you, and we're ready to play that victory song, and we're ready to watch Mon eat some pumpkin pie ice cream cake. It's got to happen. Buy the frickin' cake, Mon. Buy the cake.
I'll tell you something right now. We still have to do our what's it called? The spaghetti, the Skyline Chili Day at the house.
Yes.
And I will have ice cream afterwards.
We need to do that soon.
Let's do it for the Ravens game in Cincinnati. The Ravens game in Cincinnati. We'll do it for that.
Ravens game in Cincinnati. December 14th, right?
Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah, December 14th.
A day that will live in infamy as the Abel Hudsons cook Skyline chili and serve it up with ice cream. I don't know, man. It might not work.
All right. Well, let's get out. Let's get out of here, guys. We are almost an hour. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. You guys are awesome. We love you. We appreciate you. Even you Raven fans out there, thank you guys so much for joining us. As always, if you like this podcast, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. Make sure you check us out on all the awesome podcast platforms, Apple, Stitcher, and Spotify. As always, if you like this podcast, make sure you give us that 5-star review. We very much appreciate that. Follow Mon on Twitter at TheFireMon. Follow me on Twitter at Coach Jake Owens 9. Follow Eric on Twitter at eFlash with 2 H's 88. Follow the Cincinnati Podcast Network on Twitter at Cincinnati Pod. And as always, guys, follow the Bengals Pulse on Twitter. Please, 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 at the Bengals Pulse on Instagram. The same without the at the Bengals Pulse on TikTok. The same without the at the Bengals Pulse. So you can watch Mon's TikToks and everything that he does all day long on TikTok. Go on there and follow us. We very much appreciate that. Yes, Mon. Yes, Mon.
I'm sorry.
You're out of timeouts.
I just want to know something. We are going live after the game, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Do you not listen to me, Mon?
I listen. I got so much.
He's got
on.
Earth Angel playing in the back of his song. He just.
I am watching Back to the Future tonight, just so I can possibly see Mon in that prom dancing with his frills and his perm.
He's slowly fading away.
Man, I can't believe all the Raven fans watching the show. Thank you, man.
Thanks, guys. We love viewers and commenters. Make sure you like and subscribe, and yeah, do what you got to do. Bring those comments. Bring them in. You know what? If we need some Charm City cakes from Baltimore to sponsor us, let's go there too. You guys can go buy all your cakes from Duff. All right. All right,
guys.
Bengals fans.
Hey, guys.
Hooday. We'll see you guys.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Even you Ravens fans, we love you. Happy Thanksgiving.
We'll see you on Thursday.